Emily Dickinson was born into a lawyer's family in Amherst, Massachusetts, in 1830. As a child, her shyness earned her the neighbor's nickname Miss Ghost. At 7, hiding in the attic and pressing wildflowers in books, she noticed petals still retained their fragrance even after fading, becoming fascinated by eternity for the first time. At 15, entering a women's seminary but dropping out due to homesickness. After returning home, she refused to go out, and her mother sighed, "She's like a butterfly nailed to the wall." At 22, she secretly wrote poems and hid them in a drawer. Her sister Lavinia, upon discovering them, exclaimed, "These words can bite." At 28, secretly in love with a married pastor, she never married, writing, "I hide my heart in an envelope, not even sticking a stamp." At 35, after her father's death, she wore a white dress to keep vigil, and from then on, dressed only in white for life, calling herself the Nun of New England. At 40, she sent her manuscripts to an editor, only to have them heavily revised beyond recognition. Enraged, she sewed 700 poems into booklets and hid them in her wardrobe. At 45, suffering an epileptic seizure, she refused a doctor, lying in bed counting the cracks in the ceiling and murmuring, "Death is blue." At 50, when her nephew died, she held his teddy bear all night without sleeping, writing, "Because I could not stop for death." At 55, when her mother had a stroke, she cared for her day and night, yet wrote in her diary, "Love is the only postman who can cross the grave." At 58, suffering from kidney disease, she dictated her last poem, "I heard a fly buzz when I died." At 59, Emily Dickinson passed away. Her sister opened her drawer and discovered 1,775 poems. At her funeral, she had requested her coffin be carried out through the back door, like a flower avoiding noise. On her deathbed, she said to her sister, "I sewed heaven into my verses, you send them for me."